And here we go, off we go. Welcome, Diesel Core, to our guest speaker for March 2021. You guys have been dying to finally meet her. This is Hannah Roberts, aka Aaron Hopkins' bestie, aka the one Aaron doesn't shut up about, aka the Enneagram 7 that Aaron again does not shut up about, aka Superstar Diamond coach in the network. By the way, she and her team hit Superstar at the very same time that Diesel Core hit Superstar. So it was like super cool to be introduced onto, on the round table with Hannah, to be put into that group chat. We were both like terrified, like, ooh, like small fish in big pond, feeling so proud of our team and so excited to represent our teams as Superstar Diamond organizations. She's also a mom of two who has, how old is your youngest? Like, didn't you just have a baby? Right?
I feel like it. He's a year and a half.
Okay, literally just had a baby, year and a half, but she's a mom of two, retired teacher. I'm sure she's going to tell you a little bit about her story, but I think it's kind of crazy funny how she landed into this business. I'm going to drop this a little bit. She was Moira's babysitter for quite some time. So her upline coach is Moira. I can never say Moira's last name. I'm not even going to attempt. I always butcher it. But Moira, we all know top coach Moira. She's been coaching for 5 years, and she's a 3-time elite coach. I know you guys have been super excited to meet her. I know that I fell in absolute love with her when I met her. And I was like, Hannah, you're the best person to talk to the team, because you are us. You are what I feel like Diesel Core has done so great, which is attract this culture and this vibe to this business, where we are a team that is very goal driven, focus driven. We know what we want. We aren't afraid to go after it, but we also, just as hard as we work, man, we play harder than that, right? We work hard, play harder. And that's Hannah. Every time Aaron talks to me about her, she is the life of the party, the one that says yes. She never says no. She's always says yes. She's always up for everything. She's a ton of fun. But on top of that, within her business, not only has she succeeded in leading her team to a superstar organization, but her retention is crazy high. Her team is focused and driven and making moves themselves. And that to me, the trickle effect of someone who not only works really hard in this business, but does it with so much fun and joy behind it, like that's everything to me. And I'm so excited to finally introduce you guys to Heron. Did you hear what I just did? Heron. I just mixed Hannah and Aaron. What the fuck? That was a bad one. That's going to be your new name, the Heron. Hannah Roberts, guys. Welcome Hannah Roberts to our team call.
Oh my God, I am so excited to be here. In true 7 fashion, immediately I was like, yes, I will speak. On what? I don't know on what. And then also in true 7 fashion, I wait until today to like plan what I'm really going to talk to you guys about. And then in true stay-at-home mom fashion, work from home mom fashion, my kids were a-holes today, and so I got no time to sit down. So I might be here. Bear with me. I'm sorry. But y'all, I want to start from the beginning, because my story is really important with how I got to where I am today. So 6 years ago, I was teaching kindergarten, and I was also a tutor, a personal trainer, and a nanny. Because as a school teacher, it's hard to make ends meet, right? And so I was trying to do all these different odd jobs to help my husband. We didn't have children at the time, to help take the pressure off my husband, because he was working so hard and always on the road with his job. And so I wanted to take some pressure off of him. So I started picking up all these different jobs and trying to help make ends meet. And as my husband would say, I had champagne taste with a beer budget. I just always wanted to go do the things. I wanted to be at the parties. I wanted to host all the parties. I wanted to go to the concerts. I wanted to travel, but I had no money. And every week we were getting an overdraft fee. And my husband's like, oh, Hannah, you got another overdraft fee. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Let me call Moira and babysit real quick. I would call Moira and babysit for her after school. And she's like, so do you want to be a beach body coach? I'm like, Moira, no. I work 4 other jobs. I have 0 time to be a coach. Don't ask me again. Y'all, I would hide in the hallways when I would hear Moira walk down the hallway with her daughter Coco, because I was scared that she was going to ask me to coach again. But you better believe that next day when I would get the overdraft fee call for my husband, I would text Moira and be like, hey, do you guys need to go on a date night? Let me babysit for you. And y'all, 9 months she asked me to coach. And 9 months I said no, I hid from her, I ghosted her. I probably talked smack about her, like, why is she trying to get me to do this thing? And I watched Moira's life completely change. I watched the spark come back in her relationship with her husband. I watched her be the mom at school, always showing up for room parties instead of her, it used to be her mom, so Coco's grandmother. I watched just the joy come back in life. I watched her marriage change. I watched the financial landscape of her family start to change. And I knew that that's what I wanted. I didn't want to, my husband and I were trying to get pregnant at the time. And I knew that I didn't want to be the teacher who was locked to her classroom, because I don't know if there's any teachers in here, but you don't get days off. You can't go to the class parties that you're, for your kids. You can't go on field trips. You can't be there for them after school because you're with your students after school. And I knew that that's not the mom that I wanted to be. And so I sent Moira, I was, like I said earlier, I was a personal trainer too, and I ran a boot camp. I would leave my house at 4 a.m. and I would get home at 10 p.m. almost every single day. And one morning at 4:30, it was like 20 degrees and I don't do cold. And I sent Moira a text. I heard Monica say it earlier, so I'm gonna say it, but I said, fuck it, I'm in. Sign me up. I was like, here's my credit card, whatever it takes, sign me up, I wanna do this. And that was February 2nd, 2016. And that was the best decision I've ever made in my whole life, as you guys know. But when I got started, I had crazy high SC numbers, not crazy high. I don't know what what you guys think is crazy high, but like I was hitting SC 50 every month. And guys, guess what? Took me 6 months to get to Emerald, because I was the most uncoachable human in the world. I hit SC 50 February, March, April, May, June, July, I hit Emerald because I wasn't listening to anything that my coach was saying. And this was also early in Moira's coaching. And so she knew that we needed to be Emerald, let's be honest, but she didn't know how to push her coaches, and she didn't know how to make these coaches that have this potential become coachable. I mean, that's hard to do, right? But it took me 6 months to become Emerald. I finally did. It was Team Cup. Aaron Hopkins and I were part of Moira's team. We got first in the United States for Team Cup and second in the whole company. And I watched Aaron take off. I watched her become a 1-star. I watched her become elite. And I sat back here at Emerald because I was scared to build a team. I was scared to be coachable, even though I'm hitting these SC numbers, right? And I had all the FOMO in the world because I'm a true 7. I got to see Moira and Aaron and Jolie go on all these trips that I wanted to go on. I saw them like have special seating at Summit that I wanted to have, and I didn't do any of it. It took me 2 years. I got to Diamond later that year. It took me 2 years to get to 2-star. It took me 3 years. By 2018, I was a 6-star. 2019, I was finished a 7-star, and we finished 2020 superstar and 4-star in my second and 1-star in my third. So in 1 year, I became coachable or something. But guys, I'm here to tell you, like, just be coachable. Open up and listen to the people who have paved the way for you, who have done the things, who've gone through the hard. And I really just kind of want to talk to you guys about that mindset shift that I made, because it's not easy. Guys, sorry, my daughter just got out of bed. Hopefully my husband comes to get her. But as you guys know, if you make Diamond seem hard, your coaches are going to believe that it's hard. But guys, Diamond's not hard. It's 12 people. 12 people to get to Diamond. If you are coachable and if you are signing people up, You can get to diamond quickly, but you can't make it hard. You can't make it seem hard. And what our team realized is that diamond is contagious, right? And so if you've got people pushing for diamond and you've got one person, two people pushing, you better believe there's probably going to be 3 or 4 more that are going to come because they want to catch those coattails. They want to ride that wave. They want to be with you guys. And so I kind of want to talk to you all about this story, about how we did that. And what I first realized, I had like notes all over the place because I'm a squirrel, sorry. So I don't, I'm checking out my notes, excuse me. But diamond, that's where this business starts, to be honest. It is not the end all be all. You have heard Erin's diamond talk. You've heard her 2-star talk. Diamond is the first stepping stone in your business. And I have learned, because I was uncoachable for so long, I have learned where I pour my time and attention into. And that is something that has been very valuable for me and for my team. I wish that I could give everybody that I'm recruiting all of my time and attention, but you have to be a standout student, if you will, to get my time and attention. So the first one is after you develop this team, right? Because you've got to develop these leaders. You've got to develop what you want for your team and where you want your team to go. I'm sorry. But you have to be clear. And it all starts with developing that mindset of where we're going to take this. Because when I lay it out for my people and I can see their light bulbs going off, then I know who to invest my time into. And I was a teacher, and granted it was kindergarten, but still I would hand out worksheets or I would start to give people tasks. This is what we're going to do. And there would be Johnny up front, and he's done before I get to the back row. He has finished his work before I even get to the back row. And unlike being a teacher, I would not give Johnny all of my attention first, right? I would give it to Susie, who's sitting in the back row, and she doesn't know where to begin. But as a leader, I'm going to give my time and my attention to the people who are doing the things, the people who know how to work their back office, who know how to hit Success Club, who know what success starters are, who do the work on their own. I'm not here to hold your hand. Moira did not hold my hand at all through this business. I watched her success and I knew that that's what I wanted. And so I figured it out on my own. And once I figured it out and once I started to show up, Moira turned to me and said, let's go, girl. Let me pour into you. Let me help you, right? But until then, I'm just another coach, because we know that coaches come and coaches go. But when I see a coach starting to do their work, especially if I'm not there holding their hand, if they're doing it on their own, you better believe I'm going to turn and pour into them, because I believe that they will have the success. And that is not to say that I write people off. If you ask anybody on my team, they call it the Hannah effect. I do not write people off, because I was a slow builder. And so that I know that it will come around. If they are sticking around and if they're doing the things, they'll come around. But I'm not going to pour all my time and attention into them, right? But you have to constantly be recruiting people. Woo, I don't know where you guys know. There you go. You have to constantly be recruiting. I know that when we were 8-star, thinking about getting to 15, thinking about getting to superstar, was just like, oh my God, we can't do this. There's no way. That's not 7 more people. It's like 170 more people to get to superstar, right? Because if you recruit 10 coaches, 3 are going to do the things, 1's going to become a diamond. And so I had to 10x my recruiting to get there. And I know that, and I we talked to our team about this too. If you're a diamond, if you're a 1-star, if you're a 5, if you're a superstar, and you take your foot off, your business will crumble, because you aren't doing the things. Our business will not continue to grow if you don't continue to show up. If you don't continue to show up and do the things, and if you don't hustle your little heart out, your business will not grow. So I have, currently there are 22 of my personally sponsored diamonds, and all of my diamonds from when we got to 2-star, when we got to 6-star, when we got to 8-star, and when we got to superstar are still around. All of them. And I know that that is not something that you hear of often, because diamonds do come and diamonds do go. But and like Monica too, like you guys have created this culture on your team where diamonds get in the middle of the bed and they don't want to go. They don't want to leave. And so they know that they can't just stay at diamond for the rest of their life. But why? And so something that we make sure that they know really clear is their why and their belief in this business. If you want to be a hobby diamond, that's fine, as long as you continue to do the things and continue to be a stable hobby diamond and continue to show up and continue to hit Success Club and continue to do the recruiting that you need to do to be a stable diamond, that's fine. But then a lot of our girls will get there and they'll be like, well, I've been diamond for so long, now I want to be 1-star. Well, what do you have to do? You've got to develop these leaders. You've got to talk to your team as though you are a superstar diamond team. You better believe when we were 2-star, 5-star, I talked as though I was the #1 coach in the company with 500 diamonds. And I was talking to the tiniest little army. And now we are, no ma'am. Sorry, y'all. No ma'am, go downstairs. Go talk to daddy. Go. Sorry, y'all.
Girl, go ahead. Don't worry about it. Oh, yes. Give her one little kissy. It's my kid. My daughter is infamous for that.
I just need one more kiss. Girl, it is 2 hours past your bedtime. I need one more kiss. All right, I don't even know where I was saying. I don't even know what I was saying.
You were talking about the why and the belief in what you do.
Yes.
From that.
And that has to be, your why has to be so strong that that is what keeps you showing up every day. These children, that's what keeps me showing up every day. Because if I take my foot off the gas, and if I don't continue to hustle, I'm gonna end up back in the classroom. My business will not continue, and I will no longer be able to do what I'm doing. And so my why every day is in my face. I show up every day. I have my vision board on the back of my phone. You can't see it because I have 5,000 texts, but it's on the back of my phone. So every day that I get out my phone, I'm like, this is why I work so hard. And you better believe it's the biggest thing on my vision board is my family. Because my why from day one was always to be able to stay home with my family and, and provide them with the mom that I've always dreamt of being, and then provide them with whatever kind of life I want them to provide them with. You know, I'm not saying it has to be something luxurious, but my why is my family, and it has to be so deeply embedded in your soul that that is why you continue to work every day. I have fun with this job. I have so much fun. I have so much FOMO. I will never miss another trip or retreat in my life. I will show up every day, but I know to get on these trips, to go on these retreats, to be on the floor at Summit, to be invited to these special leadership events, I have to hustle my face off. I have to not only hustle my face off, I've got to develop leaders who are hustling their face off. Because I can tell you what, it is no fun to be quote unquote at the top and not have your leaders be having fun, and not have your leaders having success, and not having your leaders finding joy in this business. And so, yes, it starts with me focusing on my journey, but then as a coach, and I'm chasing after my why every day, but then I have to make sure that my leaders know their why and are chasing after their why every day. Because if they don't have a why, they're not going to continue to show up, right? And so as I am constantly recruiting, constantly onboarding coaches. And I don't any longer hit crazy high Success Club numbers. And there are a couple of reasons for that. But one is, once I get to SC10, I turn my whole focus onto my team. I don't take it off of my recruiting and I don't take it off of my Success Club numbers. But I do turn my focus. I hit SE10. We hit SE10 by the 5th. This has been the hardest month ever. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But we say SE10 by the 5th, and then I turn and I focus on my leaders and I focus on helping them get to Success Club. But, you know, something I do want to talk about is the speed of the leader, speed of the pack, right? So I'm comfortable and confident in hitting SE20 every month. That is what I like to do. This month, on the 23rd of the month, I'm at SE9, and that is hard for me. And that is not short of me hustling my face off. Monica says she's at SE4. This is a hard month. That makes me feel better that Monica says that, because what I did today when I posted my Success Club board numbers for my team, I went like this. I was like, because guess what? An 1/8 of my coaches are in Success Club this month. And I have a strong belief that it's because I'm not. Well, I'm in SE9. And I have a strong belief that they see me and they're like, oh, she's at Success Club 9. I don't, you know, I'm at 4. That's cool. She's a superstar. So if she's at 9, I'm cool at 4. That is not okay with me. That is not okay with me. I have no, you know, I've been coaching for 5 years. I've never not hit Success Club 10 because that is my absolute non-negotiable. Do what it takes to hit Success Club 10. That's for me. But I can tell right now that because I'm not in Success Club 10, that my coaches are doing half the work. Your coaches will do a fraction of the work that you do, or a fraction of the hustle that you have, your coaches will do. And I stay home with both of my babies. I have very limited childcare, and so I work in very small pockets of my day, but you better believe I hustle my freaking face off when I do. Because I can't expect my coaches to do something that I'm not gonna do. I can't expect my coaches to be in Success Club if I'm not in Success Club. I can't expect my coaches to rank advance if I don't rank advance, right? And so I have to show up every day because I've got these women who are watching me and who are comparing their business to my business. And I'm not saying they're comparing their diamond to where I am. They're just comparing the work that I put in and the hustle that I put in. And they're going to do a fraction of that. And so I have to model my expectations for them, right? I also have to be excited and energized about this job. And that is something that I do radiate, is energy and excitement for this job because of what it's done for me, what it's done for my family, what I've seen it do to the lives of the coaches on my team. But I can't let them see me not enjoying this business. And yes, y'all, there are days, I mean, it is a freaking roller coaster, right? I mean, some days we're up here, some days we're down here. But you better believe that I still show up every day for my girls, because they have to see me hustling. Yes, they see me have fun. And side note, when I got into this, I was like a hashtag no new friends person. I wanted nothing to do with new girlfriends. And now, like you guys are, my team is like all over the freaking place at my house. They are my family. In fact, I told my team I was pregnant before I told my husband, both times. Oopsies. But they have become my family. And we have fun together, but we work hard together. And we push each other. And we hold each other to high standards. You better believe that my Star Diamonds on my team today, when they saw me at SC9, messaged me like, what's going on, girl? What's happening? And not necessarily calling me out, but calling me out. Like, is everything okay? They're checking in with me because they know that I ain't okay with SC9 on the 23rd of the month. And that is simply because speed of the leader, speed of the pack. And whether you are an emerald, whether you just joined this team, whether you're a diamond, you have to have the big picture of why you're here. You've got to figure out why you're here and what's going to keep you here. Because if you don't have a why, and if you don't have a strong belief in this business or in you, you're not going to be here. You're not going to stick around, because this job does get hard, right? It's fun, AF, and it's hard AF. I mean, I can't think of many jobs that are not hard, right? But you know what is even harder? Is imagining me having to go back to teach children and be away from my family. That is hard for me. And so I will choose my hard, and my hard every day will be, the hardest part of our job is freaking inviting people to something that is going to change and save their life. Like, that's not hard. That's not hard. I have nothing against makeup or jewelry, but we're not selling makeup or jewelry. We are giving people a solution to something that is going to change their life and save their life. Like, you just, like, if that's the hardest part of the job, good God, think about the lives that you've saved and that you've changed. And so whether you're an emerald, whether you're a coach, whether you're a diamond, whether you're a 5-star, 10-star, superstar, you got to show up every day like you are pushing to hit superstar. You got to show up every day, and that superstar might not be your goal. I can tell you what, 5 years ago, it wasn't my goal. 3 years ago, it wasn't my goal. Goals change every year. And I knew that I couldn't stay at 2-star. I couldn't stay at 6-star anymore. I couldn't become complacent, because I wanted to build leaders. Because I knew that if I built leaders, their lives would change like mine has changed. In whatever way they needed or wanted their life to change. And you might not be here for the income like I was. I have no qualms in saying that I came here strictly for the income. I did not come for friends. I did not come for a health journey. I came to work a business. But what I have gotten, good God, has my life changed. I'm not spending 2 hours at the gym. I'm not under eating. Some days I am overeating, and yes, I still drink wine, but I, like in my business, my nutrition, healthy balance, drink wine, eat tacos, also have salad. With my business, I have fun, I party, we celebrate, I work really hard. And I have not gotten to where I am today by not hustling my face off and not having that next goal to chase, right? We are barely hanging on to 15. I mean, we're not 15 right now, we're 12. And you better believe everybody I'm recruiting as though they are my next diamond. And they are going there, because quals are scary. Quals are hard, whether you're 1-star, 2-star, 5, 10, 15, it's all hard and scary. But if you have a solid foundation for your team, and if you've got that comfort, and if you've got these builders there, create the energy, create the fire. It's contagious. But you just have to, like I said, whether you're a coach or 15, you've got to act like you are the #1 coach in the company. And you've got to treat this business as such. And I feel like the more fire you bring, the more energy you bring for this, it's going to be contagious too for your team. And, what you do has got to be duplicatable for your teams, so that you can create these leaders who are then duplicating it for their team and for their leaders. But don't become complacent. Don't just sit back and watch other people, and don't have envy or FOMO of other people that are passing you by. Jump on their coattails. You better believe Erin and I go like this. She's like, see ya. And I'm like, okay, I'm right here. And then the next 6 months, I'm like in front. She's like, I'm coming after you. I know that Erin got y'all, or at least got Monica into Enneagrams. And today the Enneagram chick that I follow was comparing 8s and 7s and their relationship. And Erin's an 8 and I'm a 7. And it could not have been more spot on. It was like motivate each other, but are also very competitive. But anyways, that's another thing. If you don't know your Enneagram, figure it out. Now that I know my Enneagram, I know how to work with coaches on my team. They know how to work with me. I know what things I should be doing, shouldn't be doing. I have, before I really knew what Enneagram was, I said I was an Enneagram 7/2. You can't be that though. I didn't know that your wings had to touch you. I learned it. But I relate a lot, Christina, to twos. I swore I was a 2, but apparently I'm a 7-6 or something. But yeah, guys, you got to bring the fire. You got to bring the energy every day, not just to your team, but to the people that you're talking to. Don't you dare. I mean, I could watch Monica's stories all day and I'm like, all right, I'm sitting in my coach cancellation. Sorry, Moira, see you later. Joining Monica because of the fire she brings and the energy every single day that she shows up with. She would make me want to join her team like that because of how excited she is about this business every day. And so you've got to bring that. But I know that Monica works her arse off. She wouldn't be where she was. She wouldn't have this incredible crew. You know, I don't even want to talk about your diamond retreat because all I had was FOMO, not being there. But I know that you guys work hard and party harder. I'm kind of glad I wasn't there because I can't dance like you guys, except after a lot of this. But I just want you guys to make sure you know your why and it's strong so that you know why you're showing up every day to work, and then have freaking fun doing it. Because if you don't have fun, no one's gonna want to join you. If I see one more Instagram story like, yeah, salted caramel came out today. I don't want to go buy salted caramel if I'm watching that story. I don't want to join your team if you act like that. You don't have to be a firecracker, but bring the energy, bring the excitement. And I think that's.
Yes, girl. All right. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So when you have your new coaches join you, right? Like right now, you're recruiting and you're looking at every new coach that joins you and you're getting them started right and you're onboarding them and you're getting them in the right mindset. What are the top 3 maybe tips or top 3 steps that you get them to take a look at to start to get in the right direction, right? To solidify that why and to get to work. Because you've got these strong diamonds, so they come in, that says that they come in with a strong mindset of what they want. So I would love to hear more on like your process when they come in. What does it look like joining Hannah?
Well, first and foremost, it is very like anticlimactic. I had a new coach call right before we got on this, and they're like, I'll want to know the business. Like I just created my Beachbody website, and I'm like, nope, don't do that. Don't do any of that. I want you to focus on your journey first. Everybody comes in here with a different journey. Like I came in here not thinking I needed help. I was a personal trainer. I didn't think I needed the fitness help. I didn't think I needed the nutrition help. I needed it all. I needed it so badly. In my first 21-day fix, I lost 9 pounds, and that was because I actually focused on my nutrition. I focused on my journey. And so I have such a belief that it all starts with their journey. Because if you come in here like, oh, I want to make an income like I did. I want to do this. And then it gets hard in month 2 and you're not earning an income. That's when people are like, peace, I'm out of here. But when they fall in love when their foundation is so strong and they fall in love with their journey, they fall in love with the nutrition, they fall in love with the community, they ain't going anywhere. And so first and foremost, you got to fall in love with the journey. You got to really build that foundation of the nutrition, the fitness, and the community. And then you're not going to go anywhere. And then 2, we talk a lot about their why. Why are you here? And if they say, because I just lost my job and I need an income, I'm like, whoa, hold up. I was there, but so much more has changed in my life before the income came, right? I finally had time back in my life. And so guess what? I got to hang out with my husband. Our relationship got so much better because I was happier. I had more energy. I had more time in my life. And so you've got to get to the bottom of their why. And it can't just be, I want to, retire from whatever. I want this. It's got to be much deeper than that. And so when they come to me with these income whys, which is, I attract a lot of that because that was mine, we always dig deeper. So that would be my number 2. And then my number 3 would to be have fun. You got to have fun with this, because if you don't have fun, ain't nobody gonna have fun. Ain't nobody gonna want to join you. So
I love that. I love that you said that, because I agree. I think a lot of new coaches come in and they want to, like, they feel like they have to know everything before getting started on anything. And I want to grab by the shoulders and be like, listen, all of that is just like it's extra, right? It's frills and it's sparkly stuff that you know, as you start growing into the business. But the foundation of it all of it, what attracts new people to get started, well, inspires them to get started, what's going to start to create the conversations, what's going to attract, like you know, you're talking about recruiting, you're talking about high energy, you're talking about getting out there and being excited about life every single day. Those things come directly from being a product of the product, right? Showing up every single day, committing to the programs, committing to your nutrition, committing to all the things to create that conviction and that feeling. And so I think you nailed it. And that's exactly how I think a lot of the diesel core leaders on our team today, the ones that are lifers that have been with me almost 10 years, I'm 10 years, I'm a dinosaur over here. A lot of you guys are still here today because we've always stayed very firm in the foundation and understood the value in that and how important it is. The rest of it, yes, it's part of the business. Yes, you need to start to tap into it at some point, but none of that. It's kind of like taking pre-workout without doing workout, or taking your cover and not doing workout. All of that's going to supplement your workout, supplement your business. It's about the foundational piece. And I love that you focus on that with your brand new coaches. And when it comes to the why, you know, Aaron, I think it was either Aaron or Moira, or maybe Christina, I forgot. At our retreat, someone presented and they did this exercise where, you know, you would ask someone like, well, okay, so why are you here? And then they'd answer. Then you say, okay, but why that? And then you answer, and then, but why that? And you should be able to ask yourself at least 4 to 5 levels deep of, okay, but why that? But why that, to really get down to the true meaning of what you want out of this, because you're going to have to grab onto that at some point in your business and listen, Monica Lavas is there right now, sitting at Success Club 4. This has not happened to me in years. All right. So you're seeing me, guys. You guys know I'm very transparent with you guys. What I go through, I'm in the trenches right there with you. I am nothing. All I have underneath my belt is just time and maybe training on being able to shift the sales and put myself in the right mindset to make things happen, right? To get out there but I'm right here in the struggle bus. You're watching me do it, right? And these are the times in my business where I have to hold on to the why and understand, like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not buckling. I know the power of working down to the very end and staying steady and headstrong, if you notice, high energy. I am figuring out why I love this business and sharing it. And that's what gets you through. So I love that. The digging into the why, the journey, and keeping the high energy. Like, I couldn't have nailed that any better. So thank you for that, Hannah. That's awesome.
Can I add something?
Go.
Moira said something that it was Moira, by the way, that said it. And she did say a good way to really tap deep into that why. Ask yourself this question. If time and money were not a factor, what would your life look like? Like, think about that. And literally at that moment, I thought, and I said, well, I would be like traveling. I would be doing this, that. And that you'll be able to really dig deep into finding out your why. Because I think sometimes we come into this and we're like complacent, or we're okay. Like, that was me. I came into this business. I was fine. I didn't realize there was so much more I can dream about. I didn't realize that the sky was the limit. I was living in this happy little bubble. And for me, it was comfortable and okay. But then as I got into this business and as I started growing into the business, I realized, oh no, I want more. And I was not okay. And there's so much more to life than that hamster wheel that I was going through as a teacher. By the way, Hannah, I was a teacher for 14 years. And so I get it. And I get that. So as a new coach coming in, I understand sometimes that why is a little blurry. But when Moira said that at the retreat, I was like, oof, that's a really good question. If time and money was not a factor, what would your life look like? Would it look like what it is today? And 9 out of 10 times, your answer is probably going to no. And if you say it is, you're that 1% that's being really stubborn, because it's the truth. It's not what you envision your life. I'm sure there's always so much more. We're here to move forward. And like Monica always said, and I love it, if you're not moving forward, by default, you're in a state of decay. Right? So just let that sink in. Okay, I'll shut up.
I love that. And you know, Moira 5 years ago asked me, I remember sitting at her kitchen counter and she's like, if time and money wasn't a factor, what would your life look like? I'm like, time and money will always be a factor. And I couldn't dream bigger. I couldn't think bigger. I couldn't think outside the box. I loved teaching. I loved all 4 of my jobs. And I couldn't fathom that life could be that much different. And I was happy, you know? So I'm like, I mean, I guess we would travel. I don't know. And now it's like, good God, my life looks so different than it did 5 years ago because of the hustle that I put in. And now I know to dream bigger. Now I know that I want that freaking lake house in North Georgia. Like now I know that I want that stuff and I'm gonna hustle for it and I'm gonna work every night as hard as I can to get there. But yeah, now I ask my coaches, and I'm a 7. I have no deep feelings. I am not like an onion. Like there are no layers to me. I don't go deep. I don't go with emotions. I don't know how to cry. But that's where Aaron comes in. That's where Aaron's in the picture. And so like I just didn't know how to dig deeper. But just ask yourself that and really think about it. If time and money wasn't a factor at all, what would your life look like? Like I thought vision boards were woo-woo, and now here I've got
my roadmap now. I'm the same way. I used to slap things on it, yeah, just for pretty. And today is literally, I feel like my roadmap to where I'm going.
Yes.
And I had another friend that said something, a line that was like, he's not even in Beachbody. It's a male friend of mine in my group of friends. And he said one day to his wife, and she said it to me, and I'm like, he's like, babe, they're on an island somewhere. He's like, babe, I didn't even know to dream up these things. Like I didn't even know I didn't know enough to even dream to be at this place doing this thing. Like, and they were like this amazing trip. And that just really made me think, I don't ever forget, and I can close my eyes right now because I know I'm staring at your faces, and a lot of you guys are brand new coaches, right? And you're probably at that place of like, wait, what? Like I cannot wrap the brain around what you guys are talking about right now. But I want to tell you this, and Veronica said this early on, or forgot who said it. It evolves. It evolves. When you start out as a new coach, I think the main thing is to identify and I don't mean that you have problems, but what are the things right now in your life that if you could just, I know for me back then, it was like, man, if I could make $250 more a month in this house, that would stop Johan from going out and saying every week, I got to find another job. I got to find another job, because we were literally like sometimes more month than money, right? I remember being at that point. And at the time there was, and then it kind of evolved also to my kid wanting me to be at school with him, a lot like Hannah's story and Veronica's story of being the teacher and not being able to be there for the kid. Like I wanted to, when I was told, why is Sebastian's mom always in the classroom and you're not? Like, ugh, dagger to the heart. Those things, like those were my quote unquote problems in the beginning, that when I first started to dig my claws into this business, that was the forefront of my brain. Right? It was just solving the problems that I had then. And then when I was able to accomplish that, guess what it did? It built belief, confidence, and the fire inside me grew. And then it started to evolve into more and more. And then now I'm a product just like Hannah, just like Veronica, where literally every year a vision board is made, and it's my roadmap to what I want to do and what I want to be and what I want to accomplish and where I want to go. So all this to say, guys, you're on this call tonight and you're hearing a lot coming at you, right? But I want you to also remember it falls down to the basic foundation that we've been talking about, and you're going to hear it ad nauseum, because it is the business. It is the bottom line of the business. It's out there being brave enough, being hardworking enough, being vulnerable enough to dig into your own journey, to do the work, the inside work, the work that comes from inside out, that then translate into everything that you're doing. It's going to inspire the next person to get started. You don't have to know every FAQ. You don't have to know every sale price. You don't have to know every rank detail. Like all that will come. It's about staying steady in the belief, the conviction, the hard work, and getting out there and spreading that thing that you feel inside to the next person, like being able to connect with that. Hannah, you're a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much for spending tonight with us. Listen, you guys are listening to the number 7 coach in the entire network right now. Like literally right now. I have enough fingers to show you what number Hannah is in the business. And she does it so, you just heard her so simply, and just steadfast and not forgetting, you know, her why and digging into the journey and having a lot of fun and making friends. She's making friends, which she's never thought she'd be making. So if you guys have any questions before I let her go, does anybody have any, you guys know how this is, super laid back, unmute yourselves, ask away. I know she's got a kid probably like, I don't know if it's anything like my kid, they're like this on the window, like, hello, mom.
I'm right here.
By the way, I was peeking your office today. You know, I'm building out an office. It's going down, and I saw you did one, so I was checking out your Reno. I'm so excited. I'm literally on like a tiny IKEA desk in a corner of my, waiting for it. To see what I got coming.
Yes, when quarantine happened, I was like, and I need an office.
Yeah,
and
that's where we're on our way. But anybody, any questions, guys? You know, super laid back. Don't be shy. Anything that's on your heart and mind.
I guess it's kind of safe to say, let's just all get off this call and not be a Veronica where you wait forever and ever to become a coach. By the way, Hannah, it took me 4 almost 5 years to join my sister.
I can't believe it.
Okay. And then let's not be a Hannah, wait 6 months to hit Emerald. So that's going to be my new thing now. Guys, let's not be a Veronica and let's not be a Hannah. So let's just, guys, let's all put our head down. We've got an amazing team. We've got an amazing upline. We've got amazing energy, and let's just, like I always say, right now, for those of you that are new on the call, because I do see a lot of new faces on here, and I'm so excited you're here. Emerald is a decision. I always say it's a decision you make. It's drawing that line in the sand and saying, I'm open for business. Who wants to join me? And so make that decision today. Come Thursday, let's celebrate the heck out of you. And then let's link arms and get you to that next level, like Hannah said, which is Diamond. Diamond is that highest rank that you can possibly achieve. It's in your control. So let's just do the dang thing. So yeah.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I know that Erin has told you guys, but like, we literally like want to be all of Diesel Nation. We have the biggest crushes on all of you guys. We are absolutely obsessed with y'all. So we just want to thank you guys for creating such a community that we are literally modeling our teams after. Like, we want what you guys have, and that is what we are creating. So thank you guys.
We love you. We're talking about amongst us on a chat that we've got with Erin and with Christina and me and Hannah. And we're like, we need to share those top spots with you guys. Can it be like one destination, one you guys, one of the, because they are rocking the top, top leaderboard in the entire company. So congratulations to you and your team as well. We're coming out.
Thank you.
We love you, Hannah. Thank you for having us, for being on with us tonight. Diesel Core, let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'll have the recording up for anybody on your team that may have missed the call. They can check out the recording, and have a good night.